All right, right now you are looking at live pictures. Live pictures right now, Air 15 just arriving here on the scene right now, and unfortunately it's another wrong way crash here in the valley. I feel like we are telling you about these wrong way crashes way too often here, but sadly in this one is going to be involved with a fatality. This happened early this morning along the Loop 101 at Frank Lloyd Wright. And as you can tell from this video, Loop 101 is still closed right now. Southbound lanes of the Loop 101 closed at Frank Lloyd Wright. So if you're traveling from Scottsdale area this morning or North Phoenix, you're definitely going to want to avoid traveling on the Loop 101 here. No idea when the road is going to reopen, but let me go ahead and break down for you the latest information that we know about this crash right now. The wrong way driver in this incident, according to DPS, was pronounced deceased, and the other driver that was involved in this crash has been hospitalized after this crash on the Loop 101 overnight. DPS said the crash happened in the southbound lanes of the Loop 101 at Frank Lloyd Wright. The driver of the wrong way vehicle was killed in the crash, and the driver of the other vehicle was taken to the hospital with unknown injuries. So again, right now, this is live pictures. Tow trucks just arriving here on the scene. DPS investigators have been on the scene of this one really for the past 4 or 5 hours. This crash happened just about, we got first word of it here in the newsroom about 12:45 this morning. And then separately, what I wanted to bring to your attention also, and you can't actually see it in this live picture because they've already cleared this, but as DPS was putting up barriers for this crash, a separate collision occurred in this area as DPS and ADOT was putting up barriers to close the freeway. Another driver reportedly drove through those barriers and stopped near the crash scene where he was taken into custody for DUI. So a bit of a messy situation here on the Loop 101 in Scottsdale this morning. You had this wrong way crash that you're looking at this morning, and then you had another driver who crashed into the barriers to close off this road, and that driver was arrested on suspicion of DUI. So a messy morning on the Loop 101. If you are traveling or if you have plans to travel southbound on the Loop 101 at FLW at Frank Lloyd Wright, I would highly suggest that you look for an alternative route because it's not clear when this road is going to reopen. I would suggest taking surface streets, or if you can, possibly take the Loop 101 to the 51. Again, there's multiple ways to probably get around this from your area, but there's no word at this point when the southbound lanes are going to reopen. And I am reading a couple of your guys' comments. Looks like several of you are asking about stop sticks. I know that, or sort of spike strips that you can put on the on-ramps or to the off-ramps on the freeways before you actually get onto the main line. And trust me, guys, it's something definitely that we have asked ADOT about, we've asked DPS about, and ADOT frankly tells us that it's just not possible that it actually probably do more harm to folks that are actually going in the right direction. So what we did is, just so you can catch up on that story, in the comment section on our Facebook Live right now, we put the article for this wrong way crash, and then in that story, I went ahead and put the link to that story we talked about with the spike strip, so you can go ahead and take a look at that. That's definitely a lot of people are questioning why spike strips or stop sticks are not being implemented on valley freeways. But again, let me just break down for you exactly what you're looking at right now. This is the Loop 101 in Scottsdale. Air 15 over the scene right now, looking at the scene right around Frank Lloyd Wright. Unfortunately, this is going to be a deadly wrong way crash here in the valley. The latest information DPS is telling us is this crash occurred on the southbound lanes of the Loop 101 at Frank Lloyd Wright. We first got word of this crash here in the newsroom just about 12:45, just before 1 o'clock here this morning.